As always, late. Oh crap. Crap. There we go. I bumped the camera like a bazillion times. I didn't turn the light on. That'll probably help. There we go. Light. Huzzah. I totally forgot. Welcome to this Sunday night stream on this beautiful day. Let's check to see how hot it is. 90. It's 90. Well, it's 90 in my apartment. How much is it outside? I don't know. But because there's no breeze, the air just kind of sits. But I have a fan that is currently blowing on me, which hopefully that doesn't, I mean, it's not loud, but I don't know if it'll show up, if people will be able to hear it or not, but whatever. Thank you for showing up for the stream. Yet again, we're going to do a MOC alternate build of this beautiful Millennium Falcon 25th anniversary set. I bumped stuff all over the place. Yet again, I went to Rebrickable and I got this wonderful set. So if you like what's being built, or if you like one of the other ones, I recommend going there. And let's see, this one. I'm going to show off this. So we'll see if this works or not. Last time it worked really well. Is it working? No. Gosh. Why does it always? What I did was I love technology. I'm going to try it again. Last time I hopped it into a different window and then it worked fine. But this time it's all persnickety. I wonder if it's because I have multiple windows. Because I have multiple screens. I'll just do it this way. We'll do one at a time. Like tabs, I don't want you to do tabs. That's not acceptable. So let's see if this works this time. I hate it so much. Why can't you share the tab? Why are you so persnickety? It literally says, sharing this tab to studio. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Whatever. It's linked down below. It's a beautiful enterprise set. Oh, look. See? How is it showing? There we go. Okay. It was finally showing. So this is so weird. Like I left the tab that shows the window and then it was like, hey, now I'll show it. Let's see if I can't scroll down. If I go back, I'm going to be so annoyed. But this is what it looks like. I've obviously toggled through pictures. Where's the first one? There we go. That's the creator. The Star Trek Next Generation. I actually bought it as a bundle with a couple other sets. But you can go down here. There's lots of great sets on here. If you like the one I'm currently doing. Why is it all blurry? I never understand these things. We're going to blame everything on the heat. Any technical problems that we have during the stream will be heat. Nobody's happy. But because I'm so damn stubborn, and I'm willing myself to just today and cooled off, I'm so glad I did that. But feel free to go on the website and get the awesome set, or many of the others. The person who made this set is Creation Caravan, and he has many, many sets. And he just added more. But not just from this Millennium Falcon set, but many other ones. He has, why is this so annoying? Many different starships from all the big sci-fi shows and movies. He's made it. Lots of different Millennium Falcons. Apparently that's his theme. It looks like he has many Millennium Falcons, and I guess he used the big dark Millennium Falcon to make the Dark Outrider from Shadows of the Empire. So I guess, you know, he really likes to do the Outrider, which is what we did last week. If you're here, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, right. Stop. See if we can get back to there. I've bumped the camera like a bazillion times, so I think it's still in the right spot for now. So, yet again, with these instructions, I highly recommend, if there's a base, if ever you get a set that has the base on it and you're not building it for the first time, because obviously building it for the first time, there'll be bags separated if you're getting it from the official set. But if you're doing an alternate build like this, I recommend making the base first and then building the spaceship on top of it, just because it'll make things easier. You'll have less pieces in the way. So yet again, we're building the base again. Sometimes look at it and be like, hey, maybe you should just, I don't know, leave the base put together and then skip those steps. Would that not make it easier? I thought about this for a while, but I can't guarantee, I love Pete, the first one, and you're like, I can't find that piece. You organized it this time. It should be very easy. Drive me nuts. Although, I was organizing this earlier today, and I took it over to the couch and did it on the couch, and I got back up to get the second one, because I took it apart and put it into one of these, and then I organized it into the other one. What is this? Switch to be 4 and 4. Can you count? No, I cannot. On the way back, the amount of pieces I found on the floor was fairly amusing. Like, I don't know why there were so many pieces on the floor. I don't know what I did. But, you know. So, since we're doing a Star Trek. We're doing Star Trek today. Already failed. Already. I've never really been a big Trekkie. If I was to rank all the different Treks, all the different Star shows and movies, Trek is number 4. You know, no offense to Trek, that's just not what I was raised on. When I was growing up, the Trek that was on was Voyager, and that was in syndication, so you didn't really watch it. Have I seen every episode of Voyager? I don't think so. Just because it was in syndication, if you missed an episode, it's not like you could get it easily and catch up on it. You know, you were kind of just, you had to just hope that it would show up in a rerun and you would catch it that time. Like, that's all pure luck. Will you be so lucky? No, unlikely. But that's the one I grew up with. The version of Enterprise that we're building with us is supposed to be from the Next Generation. I knew enough, but I needed to check to see which one it's supposed to be, because I knew that there's more than one version of the Enterprise, you know, because they get destroyed all the time in the movies. So I knew I had to look up to see which one it's supposed to be, but that's basically as far as it goes. Like, the only episodes of Star Trek that I ever really watched, Next Generation, the only ones, oh crap, I'm totally not doing this right. The only Next Generation episodes I really watched were, I took in college a Star Trek and religion course, because, you know, you learn many things. It was actually a fairly decent course. Is it supposed to be shiny, or is it supposed to be, you know, some instructions are better than others. There's a shiny version of the gray, and then there's a normal version of gray. Like, you can't tell. You can see how it actually does. I don't know how well it's going to show up on yours. But the grays are slightly different. One of them's shiny and one of them's not. You can't really tell which one they wanted. This time I'm going to put the shiny on here. I wonder if maybe that's where I went wrong last time. Although I'm supposed to have 2 of those. Whatever. I have to put that on later. When I run into that, because clearly that's a loose one that just got thrown in there. What can I say? When you get to the end of organizing your Legos, you're kind of just tossing them in. Just tossing them in. But, like, whatever. Just put it on top. Once you put some stuff together, it'll be fine. You'll whittle down your pieces. You'll be able to spread everything out. Once you put the base together. But, yeah, my Star Trek was basically the one I watched the most, Next Generation, because I was just too young when that show was on. I don't even know what channel it was on. You know? Because I don't know if it was in syndication or not. Well, I mean, it eventually was. But was it originally? I don't know. I Yeah, I was never a huge Trek person. Obviously, more Star Wars than Star Trek. But to each his own. Not to say I have any problem with that. But I guess since I said it's ranked number 4, I should see what the other stars are. So obviously Star Wars is number 1, Stargate's number 2, Star Hunter's number 3, and Star Trek's number 4. Star Hunter is a truly terrible show. That was in syndication when I was growing up, and I really, really enjoyed it. I tried to rewatch it a couple times because now it's free to watch on YouTube, but I've just never been able to get through it all the way. Because, you know, you liked it when you were a kid, and now it's super cheesy as an adult, especially because it aired in I don't think it aired in the 2000s. I think it aired in the 1990s, like late 90s. But it was a sci-fi show, so you can imagine what the special effects are like. Quite ridiculous. But I really enjoyed it, and it's still, you know, because you have that nostalgia factor, I still enjoy it more than I enjoy Trek. I enjoyed the new Trek, which I found out through the internet that I guess if you really love Trek, the OG Star Trek, I guess they don't like the reboot because it doesn't stay true to what Star Trek was. I don't know. I mean, I can understand, you know, how much I don't like how the new Star Wars destroyed the legacy of the extended universe. So I can understand it in that way, but I enjoyed the reboots because I didn't have that emotional attachment to the original shows, so it didn't matter. I didn't care. What's this? I keep looking at the instructions. I'm like, where is this piece? Like, it's literally in your hand. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. It's not that complicated. Apparently you're failing at talking and doing the Lego set at the same time. But although I didn't watch all of Voyager, I have actually seen all of Enterprise. The ending may be terrible, but you know, the joy of this is if you watch something that you really enjoy and the ending sucks, you can just rewrite the ending in your head and then walk away. Like, that's fine. Like, I just act like the last episode where Trip died didn't actually happen because it was crap, and then I just walk away. I don't care if it hurts canon. I don't care. No, we're just not doing it. He didn't die. He stayed with T'Pol. Well, or he didn't get together. I don't care. As long as he's not dead, I don't care. Which I found it really amusing. I don't know what anime it was. It was a manga, not an anime. But it got to the end of it, and I guess there was some fans were shipping two characters getting together, and they didn't get together because that wasn't the plot. It wasn't a romance story at all. They just made it up in their heads. And they got really mad. They're like, you needed to change this. It needs to be this way. I'm like, man, you can just do that on your own. You don't need them to change it for you. Just say in your head that they got together. Or, because it's the internet, you can find a fanfic story out there that has the same thought that you did. A manga. There probably is fanfic mangas. Like a whole entire drawn and everything. Mangas that do that, have those characters get together. This isn't that complicated. You don't need to make it such a big deal. Like, it's not the end of the world. Just because they didn't write it exactly like you did, that's not... The author isn't obligated to write that specifically for you, and also, you're assuming everybody out there wanted it exactly like you did. It's unlikely. But this is a fairly easy to fix problem. Just rewrite it in your head, have it go the way you want it to, and then walk away. Easy peasy. Just rewrite the story. I can't imagine. I can't even say how much stuff I watch or read where I don't like it, so I just rewrite it in my head and keep on. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm just gonna say, you know, you ignore the things about the characters that you don't like. I think that's right. I've done this numerous times, and yet still here I am looking at it. I'm like, is that right? Like, you've done this. This is your third time. Your third time with this exact piece. Uh-oh. I say that and I immediately do something wrong. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But, you know. I mentioned with Star Trek, you know, whatever your age is, that's going to determine which one you like best. I feel like my one sister likes the Next Generation best because she's of that age group. She's old enough. She was of the right generation, so it, you know, she grew up watching that, whereas I didn't. Is this really how this goes? Whatever. So that, you know, that makes me Voyager, and then the people, the younger millennials will like Enterprise if they watched it at all, obviously. And then who knows? I guess the younger ones have the newer reboot movies. Numerous times we've done this. Like, you can do this. Which I did enjoy, the newer reboot movies. I found them fun. I didn't care about canon. I wouldn't mind there being another one, but they all did so terribly. It's unlikely there'll be another one of those movies, unfortunately. That and some of the actors might be aging out. And then you also have the one actor died around the time the last one came out. So how that'll work, who knows? Well, that and it's been limbo. It made progressively less money every time. Where did you lose the pieces at? So it's unlikely to have a new one. Oh well. Well, that and you have all the TV shows that I watched. I've only seen the 3rd season of Picard, so I didn't even. It's a sad day. I'm a completionist. I want to watch everything. But when it came, I wanted to watch Picard, even though I never watched Next Generation. Like, I'll still do the nostalgia. I'll still get it. I still enjoyed it, having never been a huge fan of it. It's kind of ridiculous. But usually, because I'm a completionist, I want to watch all the seasons, you know, to know how we got to here. Picard season 1 and 2, even if it's barely connected, I still want to watch everything. Why? I hate it when they have the same. Like, why are we like this? Like, there is no. I still need to find that other piece. It'll turn up eventually. Oh, that's just putting it on. I'm all the way at the end of the instructions. So I'm going to go all the way to the beginning. This one, the instructions are like 25 pages shorter, so it should be a faster build. Should be. I mean, I made the Dash Rendar ship last weekend, and I got done with the stream, and I picked up the set to move it to the table right over there, and I didn't set it down correctly, and I bumped it, and the whole thing went kadunk, and then spewed pieces everywhere. But because I had so much trouble at the end of that stream putting it together, through my fault, I always blame myself, honestly. You know, it's the first time you build things. Sometimes you'll have problems. It was just, but because I had so much trouble at the end, I was able to put it together without looking at the instructions. I was able to figure it out and put it together and then let it sit. And then it just sat there on that table until today. And I'm like, hey, you're going to need to take that apart. Because you're not on stream, I'm going to take it apart. Because that takes like an hour to separate it and then organize it so that it's not well, so that it's crap. I'm already making a mess. Oh, missing a set. Organize it so that you might be able to find the pieces a little bit faster, because clearly, as you can see right now, I'm struggling, but it could be worse. It could take me longer to get it than this if you just threw them all in there, because obviously it's 921 pieces. So paging through 921 pieces. Although this time I just threw all the colors together. That's where they are. I didn't even, last time I separated those out. This time I'm like, nah, whatever. There's not a lot of them. I don't care. We're just going to toss them. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I can move them around and find the pieces I need. It'll be fine. I say that. Will I struggle to find things? I always do. I'm very consistent in that way. I'm always struggling to find stuff. Like, how hard can it be? It could be very hard. Very hard. What? Is it this one or this one? It's this one. Oh, that's exciting. Maybe if I put it on this way, then I won't have to count. You know, as always with Legos, counting is something you have to do all the flipping time. How is this? I'd also like to point out, if you do like this, please make sure you go and buy the set. Oh crap. Is this what we're doing today? From the person that made it. You know, don't just use my video to make it without having to buy it. It has bundles, so you can buy it as a group instead of just one by itself. I bought it not for this one. I bought it to let's say, like, this looks nothing like the pictures because you need to put these on there too. I bought it to put Serenity together, which does look cool. It'd be a sad day if I get to the end. I put Serenity together last, and I liked one of the other sets better than that. You're like, all that, I want this set. And you're like, nope. Oh. It's going to be a problem. The reason I say that is because this piece, ooh, I found it. That's exciting. I was generally concerned that I was going to spend forever trying to find that one piece because it's not. I thought I'd buried it under the pile of light gray, which isn't actually called light gray. I can't remember what it's called. But when I cataloged all my pieces that I had to see if I had anything that I could make another set, I found out it wasn't actually called light gray. But, Good fun, how about okay, here's this one. One of the fours. These. Okay. Only reason I bought this set is purely so I can have the Serenity. Not because I wanted another Millennium Falcon, which if you watch the build, I did make the Millennium Falcon first, and then Dash Rendar's Outrider, so this is number 3 for this set. But in the Millennium Falcon build, you can see the comparison of the size of the Force Awakens version, which should be the same size as the Dark Millennium Falcon, which is a blatant cash grab, honestly, just a cash grab. And then also the, I think there's a newer one that has a different version. It's not the same size. They have a gigantic version that's very, very expensive. That's a different size. That's a totally different thing. But it's supposed to be a gap there. Okay. You can tell how tiny this set is. Like, I guess from the picture you can tell it's tiny when you really look at it close, but it's just a little baby Millennium Falcon. Especially for the price, you don't really... I mean, I knew it was going to be, you know, I knew Legos are expensive. This is my first video. But, you know, when you think it's 921 pieces, you think it's going to be much bigger than it actually is. So, interesting. I think that's right. We're going to say it's right. What could possibly go wrong? Well, you know, just. Right. The one Star Trek I did watch, and I have seen every episode, Enterprise, I didn't watch it when it aired. I watched it in syndication but it was before streaming, so I watched it on Sci-Fi Channel, like on demand. I think they had it on back in the day, the old way. And before we had everything available to us now. Although technically it was Trek, I wouldn't be able to watch that again, you know, unless I had Paramount, because you know, now that we have 7,000 different streaming services, you got to pay for whatever streaming service has your specific show that you want to watch, and Paramount has all the Trek stuff. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Seriously, one little like me. Not that I need to. I'm good. Yet again, in my endless scroll of things to watch this week, I ended up finding on Tubi, because that's the place I go, because I'm not spending money, and the ad blocker still works for now. Because this time around, I did get one message that say, hey, you're not supposed to use an ad blocker, and then it let me use it anyway. So it's only a matter of time until they're like, yeah, no, you can't use ad blockers anymore. But right now, I can. I went on there and nipple watching Brother vs. Brother, which is an HGTV reality show. And I had actually seen the first season. I think I might have seen the second season as well. But it was fairly funny because they got to the end. Where's the other one? How did he lose? Oh, shit. No? Oh, okay. They get to the end of the first season. It's missing the last episode on Tubi. So it literally skips, you know, who was the winner? I don't know. I cared enough, I didn't bother to look it up. That's it was pretty funny. You were like, wait, did I hit, you know, skip or something? Like, why is it not there? So then I'm scrambling, trying to figure out what I did wrong, and then finding out that it wasn't me, that it was the streaming service. Like, they just didn't have the last episode for who knows what reason. It was pretty funny. I thought it was hilarious. But I just kept right on watching the next episode, and I don't care. Moving on. But that was the mindless dribble. And then today I was watching, in the background I had Asmongold on as he was playing Harry Potter Legacy, and that game came out like 2 years ago. I had never watched any gameplay for it. I don't actually want to play the game myself, but it was something to watch. For some reason, I always thought he was supposed to be a really good gamer, like he was supposed to be fairly proficient. Not that he's bad at it. He's not terrible at it, but he's not, you know, the best player ever either. He was super struggling in what I was watching right before I started the stream. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. Made me feel better about myself as he struggled to spar against multiple people. I mean, obviously, I've never played the game, but you know, to see somebody else struggle, I'm like, okay, I would have been there too. Like at some point, he had to give up what he was doing and go do a different quest because he couldn't win. Did I put all those pieces in? Probably not. Up and down. I love Pete. Okay. I guess with this one, I was about to say, at least the structure is much sturdier as I bump a piece off. You know what? I knew better. It's still technically, it's much more compact in the middle. I don't blame the person from last time, because obviously they had to use the pieces that came with the set to make Outrider, and that was easier said than done. But, you know, because all the pieces are too tiny. Is that light gray? Or yes, it is. Right. It was pretty ship. I liked it. I recommend it for those that want to put it together. Oodles of fun. Just keep flipping it back over and then over again. Like bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. Although the instructions last week did the same thing, going back and forth. So, and also, I didn't make the instructions. What can I say? Acting like I could do better. No, I cannot. Oh, crap. Yeah, we'll see if there was anything that's super hard to put together that I can't accomplish. I probably should have said when there's something super hard to put together and I can't accomplish it. Sounds better. Where is... Interesting. I was like, I can just twist it into place. No, you can't, you loon. That's not how that works. Interesting. Oh, so this is the bottom of the Enterprise then. Well, at least I figured out what it is. Not that it really matters very much. As long as I follow the instructions, it'll eventually come together to be an actual looking like the Enterprise man. It should. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to assume I did something wrong while I was putting it together. Just enjoy it. There's these, and then there's the other ones that look the same. Not that one. There we go. They both look, they're the same on one side, but not on the other. Which one will you always find? The other one. You'll always find the other one. Never the one you need. Always the one you don't. Beep. Find the halfway on. Great goo removing. Originally, when I scheduled this stream, I was like, although I haven't looked at the weather, because I looked at the weather, yesterday? And it said it was supposed to storm today around this time. I'm like, oh, we'll have the ambiance of storms. Do we have the ambiance of storms? No. I really like it when it's raining while I'm doing a puzzle or something like that. I do enjoy it. I have a couple of those. We're just thundered all the time. Because then I can get to play the game. Will the power go out? Well, this stream just cut because the power goes out in the middle of the putting this thing together. There's the... Those should be connected together. Killing it. Just killing it. There's that one. And then last but not least, where's the one that goes there? You know, I try to stack them together. Like, I'll hook together any pieces that are the same if they can connect together, if they have the male and female sides, so you can connect them together. But there we go. When I put these together, I was like, hey, are you not going to be able to figure out how it fits? You know? Are you going to have trouble with that? I'm like, nah, you'll find it. It'll be fine. Did I find it? Was it fine? No. No, it was not. It was a hot mess. Aww. Yet again, everyone's favorite game. What color brown is that? Is that the dark one or the medium one? Doesn't matter. We're going to put the dark one. That's what I chose. Put it the right way. See, nope, it was that way. Well, like, as always, orientate it in the way that it goes on the... it is in the picture, because I can't tell. I mean, I can, but not very well. For whatever reason, it's just easier if I do it this way. Oh, crap. Like, flip it around so that you can see it. Oh, crap. Yeah. Pay attention to what I'm doing. I went looking to see if I had anything in the Trek realm that I could show off, you know, putting the picture, like last time I had the Shadows of the Empire book and things like that, but I don't really have anything, especially from the next generation, that I can do that with. I didn't have anything of that theme. Shocker, since I was never a big Trek person. But it's kind of disappointing that. Well, that, and I also looked at making a thumbnail thing, but I don't like the thumbnails. This doesn't sit there. You're just setting it on top? Like in the middle? Because it doesn't fit unless you put it... Yeah, no, it just sits on top of it. Oh, that's so weird. Oh no. Did we forget a step? Of course I did. This one. Well, because we know that went well last time. What am I not good at? I'm not good at putting the line in the middle. I'm really bad at it. Ah. For the love of Pete. Sit. I will achieve this eventually. Huzzah! Okay. And that goes there. Oh, that'll work. Oh no. As always, which one is it? It's this one. Okay, which way? Color can twist around. So is that the tail end of the... It's Daisy. There we go. There we go. Let's say you might want to put this on first and then put this on to make sure it's the right way, because I couldn't get it to click together right. That's how good my skills are. Skills. Scroll down so you can actually see the picture. That'd be helpful. Where's the gun? Nope. There it is. 14 years ago, we sent out get the gun. I don't know why that's in there. We're gonna find out. Probably gonna find out. Great thing about alternate builds is there's a lot of different franchises that Lego will never make, you know, because they're going to choose something that's going to make money, which surprisingly they haven't done Trek. So I don't know if they haven't tried, or they just don't think the market is enough to make it. But next week could probably be Battlestar Galactica. So that one, because it's an older TV show, it's not really something that they're going to make. Stargate's an older show. They're not going to make either. So with those, even if it was during when the show was on the air, it's unlikely they'll ever make those Lego sets. So these MOC sets really help cover that. Same thing with Firefly. It's something that's unlikely to ever be made, but because a fan made a set for us, we'll be able to have that set we always wanted that will never have an official build, and you can still use official Legos to make it. So you still have that going for you. I toss it. So, really give it. Nope. That's not what we wanted. Give your Legos extra life. Maybe you buy a set that you were like, I don't really, the box looked great, you got it done, but you don't want to display it. You can look it up and see if there's something else out there that you would rather make. Okay. This. Like this. No, it's this way. Okay. Like that? Oh, that's interesting. But give it extra life. What I love most about jigsaw puzzles is that you get to make the same set over and over again, which I guess not everybody wants to do, but I enjoy doing it. With Legos, because it takes so long to take the set apart, it it does take away some of the joy of building it. Like, it's such a tedious process, and you really need to organize the pieces, which is also something I've always hated doing. It's great to have it set up well, so it makes it easier to do it, but just the process of organizing things and getting everything together to redo it again, it's tedious. Where's this go? I was all like, I don't understand. I just did this. I'm like, oh. So it's this way? Oh no. Oh no. Thankfully it didn't accidentally get another one. It is, the set itself, when you're putting it together, you think, oh no, it's kind of, it's going to be flimsy, but it's not. It's actually fairly sturdy at this point, knock on wood. I think it'll stay together quite well, honestly. From what I'm at right now, because compact, there's not as much air as the other set had. The air is where the problem originated from. That's where the problem lies. Which isn't to the fault of the person who created it, because obviously they can do it much better than I can. But it's just, a consequence of being restricted to the pieces that you currently have on the set. Because clearly I could never build what they built with this creator or the last creator or any other sets that I put together. It's not something I'm capable of. That's not my area. So, gotta give credit where credit's due. I don't remember why. Oh no, I remember why. I had credits on Lego.com that were gonna expire. So like, hey, go get something off of it, because I had bought the big Hogwarts castle and the Hedwig. So because I had those two, I had a whole bunch of credits, which their credits last for like 3 or 4 years. So, you know, at least they're generous. It's not like, you know, they're like, you know, a year you need to use it before it dies. But I kept going through, and then I would choose random things, and like, hey, you should wait for this sale. So I waited for the May the 4th sale, and there still wasn't anything exciting, but my points expired in May. But, you know, because your technology is always listening to you and always knows everything that you're thinking about and that you want, it knew that I had been thinking about that, and it was like, hey, I can fill your need. I can give you a suggestion. So it gave me an article about the Treebeard set, which I automatically thought was adorable, that's made out of the bonsai tree set, which the bonsai tree, while it looks nice, honestly, the alternates for the bonsai tree that are in the actual official instructions, those would be nicer than the actual bonsai tree, which was kind of bust. It's not a fun build. I don't like repetition. And because you're doing the same thing over and over again, it drove me nuts. And also, you know, in the stream I put together, there's 2 different versions. You can have it flowering or not. But yeah, it was just so tedious. But then after that, I also put the Treebeard set together, which is adorable and is on display with the Ewoks in the tree, because I don't have any. I don't have Merry and Pippin, and I don't have. It's nice. I don't have Merry and Pippin, and I don't have any of the Lord of the Rings characters. So the only tree-faring folk that I had were Ewoks. So the Ewoks are in the tree with Treebeard, hanging out, chilling like villains, which the other day I went by, I had somehow, I don't know what I did, I must have bumped it in somewhere, and the tree, the little tiny one that's in the ground, the decorative one next to Treebeard had fallen out. I put it back in. Is that where it goes? I don't care. Don't care. I'm like, it's in the general vicinity, but which way it was sitting, I don't know. And I didn't care enough to look up the instructions to find out either. That's how dedicated I was. You know, it's on display. That's all that matters. What was that? Did that fall off, or did they have that sitting somewhere? No, that fell off. Oh. Here you go. Okay. It's being a little bit persnickety. Here I was like, it's very sturdy. I mean, it is. It is actually fairly sturdy. But yeah, so that's how I ended up finding Rebrickable and then going through, which is interesting because I had gone through earlier when, a couple years ago, when my friend got me for Christmas, she got me a box of miscellaneous Legos. And so I went through and used a different site to look up, because on the bottom of almost all Legos, almost all, they have numbers on them. They, you know, all the pieces have their own specific number, each different size of piece. So, like this one has a number on the bottom. Crap, that's 3020. So that's the type of piece, and then you can choose your color. But you would choose a super rare, or not super rare, but, you know, more unique, which would be on lesser sets. And then you would go through and see if you can't figure out, you know, if you have enough pieces to make anything. I was able to make a bunch of different stuff, but I never really looked at, had I gone on Rebrickable first, I would have cataloged all the pieces, which would have been super tedious because there were so many of them. And then seeing what sets you could make out of it, because it'll tell you, like, I put in all my extra 2,000 pieces, and it'll tell you if you have enough to make anything, which, no, I don't. Ain't that the sad truth? But, like, what did you get out of it? Well, clearly I did such a good job when I looked for it, when I had the miscellaneous pieces, but I didn't miss anything. You know, after my 4 little Star Wars ships and other miscellaneous stuff, my 18 van, things like that, I didn't miss anything. It was all, you know, apparently what I did learn from this is wow. I already knew that minifigures are worth a decent amount of money, so all the minifigures were gone from the set. They must have sold, either kept them for themselves or they sold them individually on their own to get money, which I don't really blame them. But, or they sold them separate. That could also be true. That and the wheels. The wheels are super popular. I don't know why. I mean, I guess. I don't know. But if there was anything, because there were a couple Batman sets, but Batman vehicle needs wheels, and it doesn't have them. So, you know, you had the emblem, so you knew that's what it was, but you couldn't actually put it together all the way. Where's this piece go? Here we go. But it was a super fun scavenger hunt. It's going to go down as one of the best gifts ever. You know, the joy, because you really have no idea what you're going to get out of this. So, like, I don't think she did either when she bought it for me. She just knew I liked Legos. But, you know, that I now have such a, all those extra pieces. That way, if I break one, because Legos do break, just in case you didn't know. Like, there's one set that I really want that's discontinued, and they were talking about it. Apparently, it has pieces that break super easily, which is kind of sad, because that really increases the chances, if I do ever get it, that it will not be complete because the pieces break so easily. But certain ones break easier than others. What's this supposed to be? Oh. I was all like, I don't understand how this connects. Well, kids, if you flip it the other way, nope. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Put it in there. There. But yeah, let's see if I run across, it should be this one. The piece that breaks most and the easiest is this type, the one that has this connector on it. These will break super, super easily. But also any of them can break. I've had big ones like this break, snap in half. So just be careful when you're taking pieces apart. Be mindful that you could, you know, put too much force in it and snap it, which isn't fun for anyone. They do sell Lego pieces by themselves on the official website, but it depends on what you need, whether or not it'll be easy to replace it or not, because like I have Ewok Village set and I broke this speeder bike frame because that's how the front and the back of the speeder bike connect together, and that's a one-of-a-kind piece to that set. I guess maybe they used it once before, but they haven't used it again. So you're SOL, you know? Like there's no... Unless you go on eBay and buy a new one, which who knows how much that'll cost. I just super glued it and walked away. That's right. I put super glue on it. Like what else are you supposed to do? Just be super extra careful. Like when I redid the... It's a good sign. It's not for me. When I redid Slave 1 and put it back together again, I don't know how many pieces in that one I also broke because of that problem. But because my friend had given me that box of extra Legos, I was able to use that to put it together and make it complete. Well, no, it's not fully complete. I was missing one piece. But get fairly close. You know, without that box, I would have been doomed. It would have been, you know, I'd have to go out. Although I think the piece that broke is one that I could probably buy off. Lego.com. Sorry. I bumped the table. Look, is it upside down? That's why I couldn't find it? Well, yes. Yes, it was. There we go. But, you know. It wouldn't hurt so much if Lego sets weren't so damn expensive. I'm just saying. If they weren't so abundantly expensive, it would not be nearly as sad when they get destroyed. We just did this. You kind of did. Yep. As always, which way does it go in there? I don't know. I can't tell. I'm really bad at it. Okay. I'm really bad at it. It's this one. What? With this build, I can still clearly tell what this is. Oh. I do not have like that. No. I don't know when I missed that instruction, but that's fine. Sometimes all you do is see if we're missing anything else. No. Look at the instructions and find out. Okay. Wrench. Come on. There it is. Wrench. Yeah. Here. Interesting. Oh, is this supposed to be the smaller one? I think I got the big one. Yeah. I need this one. Right? These are all the same size. What are we doing here, kids? What are we doing? Yeah. Nailed it. I checked it with only putting one on there, and they're like, that's not the right size. It's too big. I'm like, nah. You just did it incorrectly. And here we are. Well done. This thing together. Legos always take more effort than jigsaw puzzles do. Jigsaw puzzles kind of just automatic break it down. You don't have to follow instructions. You make up your own. How you put it together. I mean, the only thought you got to put it in, you know, how you organize your pieces and which way you're going to put it together, and that's basically it. Where does this go? I trust. Versus this one, you have to constantly read the instructions and do what it tells you, and then if you mess up, you know, figure out where exactly it is. How does this go together? Like this? Okay. In the diagram, in the picture. Look at this. Does this match the picture? No. Maybe. Oh. Where's this mat? Oh, there it is. That, and you got to scavenger hunt and find the pieces, whereas I would have, you know, in a jigsaw puzzle, you would have laid them all out. So weird. I don't know. Commenting on the instructions. Laid them all out and have them ready to go, and then you just whittle them down. But this one. This one. We just had this piece. There we go. Skills. We're moving quite along, so this one should go and be done much faster. Like, the Outrider took, that's not how that goes. This way? Over 3 hours when I did that one. But this one, we're an hour in. I'd say we're halfway done. So, should be quick. Relatively painless. I'd say that. I don't have any idea what's coming. How the hell would I know? You know, find out. Find out. Man. Trying to think if there's any interesting current topics to talk about. No, not really. I mean, the one I spent the most amount of time watching was the Karen Reid trial, and that one's over. I mean, they do have reviews with the lawyers and things like that. Those are always fun, but that's fun for me. I don't think a random viewer will find that nearly as exciting. Although it is bittersweet still, because obviously, yes, Karen Reid wasn't convicted because they didn't have the evidence, because they did do a sloppy investigation. But you're left with the, how did he die? Was it an accident, which is what I believe it to be true. It was an accident. I don't think it was intentional to kill him. Things went too far. Boys being boys, doing stupid shit. I don't think anybody went in thinking that was going to happen, but then, they covered it up. They threw him out on that lawn. It's not, but it's unlikely that anyone will ever be punished for it. It's unlikely that it'll ever be resolved. I mean, is there a chance? Like, you can hope that the feds said they were done with the investigation, but had everybody's phones tapped, and then just went through the 2 trials, listening in on everybody's conversations. What were they talking about? What were they doing, to see if anybody would break? You could hope for that, but, life isn't a movie. That's not how the real world works. They have constraints on what they can and cannot do. It was hard enough for them to charge Matthew Farwell with the murder of Sandra Birchmore. To get anything more than that, with everything holding them back, unless they got a hold of certain people's phones, you won't. It's unlikely. It's not going to have the movie ending you desire. John will never get justice. I guess someday somebody could get drunk and talk, spill the beans. Not everybody is a professional liar. It just takes one person to break and say something to open the floodgates. It's bittersweet, but at least she's not in jail and she can't be, double jeopardy is attached. So it's all over. It'll never be over, but in some ways it'll never be over. But it should be over for me because, I'm not linked to those people. That's just something I watched on the internet. You know, it's not healthy to hold on to those things. And I wasn't really attached to the other trial that went bust. Well, bust isn't probably the correct word. That resolved itself was the Koberger case. He pled guilty, so that's done. So there's no new trial coming up. Honestly, trying to distract myself. My neighbor's outside smoking. It stinks. It stinks so much. Ugh. Because my window's open. Hopefully there'll be a nice breeze to blow it through. Because I don't want it to sit here. It's not a great smell. Another drawback of having windows open. When smells come in, nothing you can do about it. Honestly, the smell of skunk was never fun for anyone. It's just... That's the invention. That was smart. You need to invent something where that smell goes away. Wouldn't that make everyone happy? I don't care what you're doing. I just don't want to smell it. Oh, okay. I feel like I probably dropped something. Two of those. Okay. We can't get in. Always goomies. And I'm back. My internet went out, which is hilarious. Every once in a while, my internet does this weird thing. Okay. Let's see if we can get this to work right. I just can't. It was connected for like 2 seconds before it was like, hey, your connection's low. You don't have anything. I'm like, really? Already? This is what we're doing? I can't with you. But yeah, so every once in a while, it just has a lock on it. It acts like it's a public Wi-Fi. You know when you have to go on, if you're using public Wi-Fi somewhere, and how does this even go in there? Oh, it connects to this. I was like, how does this even connect? And they ask you to sign in. Give us your email. We'll let you sign into the Wi-Fi free, whatever. Weird, because it's my own Wi-Fi. Isn't it the best? It looks like the timer kept going, so I guess I'm talking about maybe we can finish this. Come on now, Internet. Don't do this to me. We can finish this. It'd be fine. I put a piece on while in the middle of doing all that. Maybe when that will have fixed our crappy-ass Internet. I mean, As it just twists right off. How do you get it to stay on there? I assume there'll be some sort of support to make that stick. Yeah. I was going to say, that can't sit like that. You just straight up went, meow. Look. Where's the other one? Let's slightly amusing. Of course, when I'm streaming, it'll do that. It hasn't done that in a long time, where it gets persnickety and it's like, nah, we're not doing this. Where did this go? Over here. We've already forgotten where we're at. How's this? Like this? Oh, crap. How? Is that seriously what we're doing? Okay, okay. Sure. That's how we're... Don't question the madness. Just keep on keeping on. We need to get it done before the internet goes kaput again, because... Oh, I just love technology. Hopefully you'll do what I always do when I stream. Not stream, when I'm watching somebody else's stream. I will skip, hop, until I run into, you know, when it goes back on again, you know, if they have an interruption or a break. Because, you know, always a good sign. But yeah, it went up, only to go down again. And now I'm all paranoid, like it's going to go down again. Because the last time I did it, it didn't say that it had low connection. It said it lost connection to the chat. So, you know, I don't really want to be talking to no one and doing this. I'm just saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not on, if there's no, if it's not recording, then you literally are talking to no one. So, let's not do that. I already have that one. But yeah, I love technology. It's the best of the best. What could possibly go wrong? 5 seconds later. Well, at least this one should be... Oh, it's like, how does this go on? You literally did this on the other side. Did we not remember what we did not that long ago? This is rocket science, small child. Let's get it done. While I was revolving around trying to get my internet to work, leaving and coming back in, you know, doing all the standard stuff one does when they're trying to get it to do what it's supposed to do. I went out my home page and there's the final review for Ironheart. So that'll be something fun to watch for later. I have no desire to watch the actual show because it looks terrible. But watching somebody else rip it apart in their sarcastic tone, that is super enjoyable. Yeah, watching some disparu. I'm sure I'll get some laughs out of it. I mean, clearly the show, they knew it was bad. I feel sorry for the actor I can't even think of the name of, who played Han Solo in the prequel movie. Not the prequel, but like the origin story. Oh, look, this is the voice that goes here. Because he gets stuck in this show. Like, hopefully he got a big payday. Because yet again, he was stuck in a craptastic show that nobody likes. Through no fault of his own. Because it's not, you know, he's just acting in the story that he's given. He's not, you know, it's not his fault. But, yeah, it sounds like it's an absolutely terrible show. But, you know. I do love me some reaction shows. Also, it's great for that thing. You don't want to actually waste your time watching it. You just want to hear the synopsis for the story. Those are always fun. Like, I have no desire to watch this show. Or, it's not. Even if, I had Disney Plus, would it be a show that I would actually tune into? No. So they're not losing a viewer. Crap, you did the same thing you did last time. The same exact thing. And you lost a piece. You need to pick that up. I almost bent over and whacked my head on the table. Because that would have been a good thing. But yeah, it's I feel like this show is the symptom of you can't tell anybody they're crap at their job because that's too mean. I'm like, well, if they're bad at their job, you need to tell them. I think it's worse to lie to them and tell them they're good when they're not. I feel like that's worse. That and they can never get better if you don't tell them they're bad at it. Just that, and if they can't do their job, why are they there? Like, I know I can't write. That's why I'm not a writer. That's how this works. They spend millions of dollars on this show. Although sometimes you watch stuff and you're like, is this a money laundering scheme? Because at least then I can respect what's been done. If you're laundering money, then okay. At least you accomplished something out of this. Because if you didn't, then great googly moogly why. Scroll. But that'll be something to watch instead of continuing on. I guess there's hours and hours and hours of Hogwarts Legacy. If ever there was, because sometimes you just want something that plays on in the background while you're doing something else. It's not like you're riveted. Gosh, what did I watch today? I watched a movie. What was it? I say that, I can't even remember. Oh, this isn't good. I watched it. I enjoyed it. It was something I had already seen before. The great thing about YouTube is that they have lots of movies available. Yes, there are ads because I'm too cheap to pay for premium, but at least on YouTube, you can skip the ad after a couple seconds versus on other platforms you can't, so you don't need to do that one. So you're stuck watching the entire ad instead of skipping through. But it's going to drive me nuts. How can you have just watched a movie and already forgotten what it was? Even if it was something else. Because I had 2 windows open. I had found 2 movies I wanted to watch. One of them was No Reservations, but that's the movie I didn't watch. Oh. See, I could look at the history and see what it was, but I don't understand. How did you not know? How did you not know what it is? Oh, I watched Morning Glory. Well, I knew I was going to get there eventually. Is it a great movie? No. Have I seen it numerous times? Absolutely. Absolutely. Did I enjoy it? Sure. Yeah. Sometimes, getting exactly what you expected is all you ever wanted. Ah, crap. Where's the break apart tool? Why bother trying to find something else? I mean, you can just watch the same thing over and over again. Then this one. I'm trying to work backwards. Match up all the pictures to put the stuff in the spot it's supposed to be in. Easier said than done. Oh, was I supposed to have 2 of those? Did I get 2? No. There's lots of big pieces left. Where's the other one? Oh, sassafras. Oh, shit. And that piece ran away. And it's only a matter of time. When I lean over to pick up a piece and I come back up, when I whack my head up against the camera and then I'll have to spend time fixing it, we all know it's going to happen. It's only a matter of when it does. I have complete faith in my ability. It's not a great ability, but it's an ability nonetheless. Okay. At least with the fan on me at all times, I'm not disgustingly sticky, as it is 90 degrees in my apartment right now. Just say it's hot. I mean, stay hydrated, kids. That's all you can do. Drink lots of water and sit directly in front of the fan. It's doing that too. I know that's cheating, but sassafras. That's what I'm doing to stay warm. I mean, not warm. Stay cool. Oh, that's slightly funny. Before I started the stream, because my window's open, somebody in my vicinity was eating pizza. It smelled really good. I wanted that pizza so bad. Do I have any pizza? No. Absolutely not. Sad times. Sassafras, did you bring that? I'm gonna need the same keys. I could barely find them last time. And they're like, hey, we need 2 more. I'm like, I could barely find the last 2. Now you want 2 more? There's 1. Ugh. Here we go. Hope it's the last ones, because I'm not gonna find any more. No, that's not right, because I need one for the... Shit. I mean, yay. Okay. As always, flip them over to find a good one. Nope. That's not the right one. Oh. The bigger one. I was like, I can't find it. That's a completely different size for the one you were looking for. Okay. It's going to need that one. So I need another one of those. Oh, okay. As always, I'm like, I couldn't find one. There's a whole other one. It's right there. I feel like something fell off on the other side. Oh, it's this way. Uh-oh. See? Where does this come from? Go down there. Oh, this is a good sign. How do you get those to stay on there? It's working great. Working great. Okay. Let's not talk about it. Such a negative light. It's okay. Sit. Yeah, because it just pops right out the... Where did this piece come from? For hell's sakes. Because the weight of it. I don't know how we're going to get the dish. Because this guy here locks it in, and it's just too... We're just going to leave it sit like that for a while. I expect it to fall off at some point. But we'll keep moving on. We know how it goes together. We're going to make the front, and then we'll come back to that. Maybe it'll be more merciful if I come back later and do it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I just don't know how well it will sit. Stop playing with it and keep going. Okay. Sign. It's always good when the mouse moves when you're not on it. gets progressively darker outside. Could it be the storm? The mythical storm? I mean, yeah, because it's only 7:21. That's not the right. Oh, it is the right size. It just doesn't want to go in. Just doesn't want to attach correctly. It gets darker and darker outside. Did it work? I don't know. Man, if I wasn't so damn stubborn. I just want it to be finished. So, I'm finishing this. I don't care what's going to happen. Finishing this thing. Why it's being so persnickety, I don't know. Where did these two go? Oh. Right here. Interesting. And then these two just sit here. Oh, that's very sturdy. What could possibly go wrong? Don't answer that. Great googly. It's what I do best. Following the example. I'm obviously being sarcastic. I'm really bad at it. This way. Great googly moogly. Wow. That's something else. Oh, look, more of those. Great. 2, 3, 4. Keep going to grab the wrong mouse. 2. Is it 4 or 3? I say 4. Where's the 3? No, it's 4. Here we go. Probably would have been helpful had you laid it out first and then put the piece on it. No? Maybe. Who am I to say which way is easier? That's not the right thing. Honestly. Skills, skills, skills. All the little tiny pieces. 2 curved ones. 2 grids. 4 of these. 3, 4. 2 of the 3s. Okay, good. If you found both of the 3s last time, there we go. And then 2 of the 2s. Take these 2 of the 2x2s. 1. Always boggles the mind how you can get to the end. There we go, 2. And then when you have barely any pieces left, that's when you have the most trouble. Did you not grab 4 of those as well? Yes. You have the most trouble finding things when you don't have that many left. Like, there's really not that much there. This isn't rocket science. It's not nearly as hard as you're making it out to be. Hello, my second person. Hopefully the internet doesn't go out again, because although it would be super amusing, because I said earlier that I thought there was a storm supposed to be a storm today. If the storm came through and knocked out the power, that would be hilarious. In a sad kind of way, where you would just hang your head and shave, like just give up. Just does it just sit? No, it's like this, right? And then it has 2 of these. Yet again, what do we have to do? We need to look at the picture and follow it. Can we do that? No. Let's do one. There we go. I wondered what all the big pieces were going to be used for, because we had so many of them left. Never mind the fact that I can't get this to go together, but I figure if I put the front on, because, you know, once you have all that weight in the front, it's totally going to work. I mean, I can always, so if ever you're putting something together like this and you run into these problems, you can go to, why is this not? The website where you got the set. Usually they talk about any problems they run into when they're building stuff. So you can go there and see if anybody's given some tips on how to make it work. Where did I put those? I can't even. 1, 2. Everything's disappearing too. Because there's 2 of those. I was gonna say, how blind are you? I just. Oh. Is it supposed to be? Skills, kids. Skills. No? There. I don't understand how that was so hard to put together. Three, 4, what? They're throwing this mana. And when that rainstorm comes, all I'm going to want to do is just walk out and just stand in the rain. Just stand in the rain. It's the one perk of rain in the summertime. Oh, look, they highlighted it. They're like, hey, we know you're not going to be able to figure this out because you're not that smart. So we're going to show you. This is where it is. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for knowing. Although, I don't understand. Because did I not get enough of those? Because I still need 2 more. Like your instructions are. Yeah, it just said you needed 2 of that one when you really needed 4. As long as I actually have the pieces, I don't care. That's fine. That's fine. That's great. That's great. Where did this one come from? Shit. Need to flip it over and see where this piece came from. Oh, here we go. I don't know why they didn't have you put that in underneath before they had you flip it over. You could have done that so that people like me that struggle putting that on could get it on correctly. Because it is a pain. Yes. Okay. Yet again, it's this one, the problem isn't sturdiness. It is fairly sturdy. It's quite bulky. The problem is the weight of it itself on the pieces that I haven't put together because they're too damn heavy. Like, hopefully when this all gets put together, if I can't figure out a way to make it work, maybe the internet will tell me. That's what it's for. But right now, I could not get that together. I mean, the good news is I'm not a Trek person, so it's not like I was ever going to have this stay together either way. So, no harm, no foul. But make sure that I'm still streaming. Really? Oh yeah, that's fine. I assume these serve some sort of purpose. Great. Oh, I hope the yellow is meant to be a hey, it goes right here, just in case you can't figure it out by looking at it. That's my assumption. Okay. That looks rightish. Trying to figure out where exactly it goes in the row. Even with the guide, it's still hard to figure it out. Oh, this one goes back one? No, it goes right there. Even with the guide, no idea. No idea. Yeah, that's right. I feel like this is never going to connect together. I'm being far too pessimistic. It's definitely going to go together. It looks awesome. I mean, it does look alright. It does look great. That is technically true. It's just that I don't have the confidence. Nope. Nope. There we go. That this is going to go together. I about dumped my water on the floor. Sad, sad day. Where's the... Okay. Interesting. Sure. Spin. Oh wow, I got a lot of those. Oh wow. Even better. Now with that on the bottom, it's going to be even easier to get the stuff on the top. I'm being sarcastic. It's going to be very difficult. Because it's not a flat surface anymore. Well, you know. Where do these two go? Okay. There we go. Where does it go? It's a scavenger hunt. Hit again. Where does it go? Shit. Oh. Really? We could have put those in a long time ago. I'm just saying. You just realized that you had those extra pieces. You're like, we could put those on the top. It'll look great. I assume so. Am I supposed to have two of these? No, I'm supposed to have one. Oh. Yeah. This is going to be a catastrophe at the end. Okay. What color is it? No idea. This one is this. this is this one. And the red we're putting on the top is going to be this one, because I said so. That, and it looks like the same color red as that one. They look like they match. I don't think that the darker one would really go with the thing. Oh, I somehow missed it when we put those in, so we'll put those in now. Where's the gray? Oh, never mind. It's not that I missed it, it's that I just couldn't tell from the picture that that was that. Even better. What is this? Sure. It literally had the instruction was a picture that looked exactly like the other one, like there was no extra pieces, so I don't know what that was for. Oh, we'll find out at some point. Oh, maybe. No guarantees. Sit. Speed through this. Epic failure. Did I put it together correctly? No. It's the small things. I was gonna say, I kept finding the wrong ones. They must exist. They're too distinctive for me to have mixed them together somehow. Oh my gosh. I just keep putting that one piece in the wrong way every single time. Takes great skills. Great skills. Okay. So this goes here. Oh, and that goes, oh crap. Like that. Oh yeah, that's gonna end well. Like this. And this. Okay. Okay. So flip it over this way. This goes like this. And now here. Well, it does look like the Enterprise. Give them that. Yep. Well, kids, here's for the fun part. How does it connect together? With this? Seriously? Shit. I mean, sure. Okay. And now for the fun part. I may actually just put this up here and then put it on. How is this supposed to sit in here? And then we'll put the other pieces on and see if we can't. Which way is it supposed to sit in the scroll some more? See if we can't get it to sit in the stand. I mean, you can tell what it is. I just don't know. I can't get it to hook in right. Oh, it doesn't even say. So, I guess this way. Okay. So that's that one. This one here. God damn it. This is the wrong way. It probably helps that they're on the right way. So this is supposed to be on this. Don't even start with me. Don't even say it. Yeah, I put on ass backwards. It's fine. It's fine. Because that's going to make it go better. No. No. That's this one. It doesn't want to. Here we go. Think happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. As I just hold it together. Just hold it in one spot. Shit. I can't even hold it. It's the small things in life. How would you get to sit? I don't know. Oh, look, that's the piece that's missing. Does it go like this, maybe? There we go. What was that piece from? I can't even. Don't even start. Okay. Look, guys, the Enterprise. See how I hold it together so it doesn't fall apart? It does look like the Enterprise. We'll give them that. It's 100% true. The front part does stay on fairly well. It's a wee bit wobbly. That part fell off. Oh my gosh. What didn't fall off? Even the base fell off wrong. Okay. No. Can I let go of it? We'll try at the very end. Well, this is the Enterprise. Pretty as it may be. I guess what it needs is some sort of support in the bottom to lock it together. Because these pieces on the side, the way they sit in there, they just fall off. So it needs to nest in better in some way. Because the way that it falls down is just the way that you would pry the piece off. That's the best way I can describe it. I mean, it does look like the Enterprise. It's pretty. Like, maybe somebody can do it better than me. Oh, wait. Don't touch it. Can we spin it without it? Mercy. Yes, I really am moving it this slow in hopes it doesn't fall apart. Oh, it looks like it's going to fall apart. Here, we're going to spin it. But this is the Enterprise on the stand. It looks pretty. You would just need to glue it or find something on the bottom to hold it together better than what it is now. Oh, look, that's the wrong piece. Don't care. This is supposed to be that. I can't touch it. We're not doing that right now. We don't have the power on that one. But it does look pretty. We accomplish it. It's on the stand. Yet again, can't touch it. Although the pieces themselves are very sturdy. It's just so sturdy. It's too heavy. That's the problem. I don't know what you can do to fix that. Because I put it on there as tight as possible. So unless you glue it together, I don't think it would stand the test of time, or at least even moving it around a little bit. But besides that, thanks for watching. I need to move this here. If I can move it closer, oh guys, to the camera. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back. The next one we'll do is Battlestar Galactica, and then Stargate, Daedalus, and then after that it'll be Serenity from Firefly. Great googly moogly, I did that wrong. And hopefully the storm will pull everything off. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what I did right, what I did wrong. Look, it only took 2 hours and 25 minutes. I say that, and I started at 5:30. Oh yeah. So I guess it just kept on streaming. I apologize for all the times the internet went out. I don't know what you want me to do about it. I mean, you know, technology does what technology does. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and how did I stand that up? Look forward to seeing you again another time.